What's with the suit?
It's New Year's.
Oh. What are you doing? Felicity.
I see that. I meant, why are you sulking?
It's been a hard year.
How profound.
Fuck you. Hey, I'm watching that.
Look at you. Gross and unshaven. Cheer up. It's a new year. 2021.
Don't start with that bullshit, man. I mean, how do things not suck?
Your Animal Crossing island, that looks good. And, college. Think about that. College, you were miserable. And then?
Worldwide pandemic.
Worldwide pandemic. And you were able to offset any real responsibility for about a year.
Got anything up your sleeve for next year?
Shut up. Here, I got you this.
What's this?
Emotional crutches. Also, I brought...
Since when was this on DVD?
I had it made for us.
They're on YouTube.
Yeah, well, wasn't really sure if you were going to get Wi-Fi here. So.
Great.
Oh, come on, man. I figured, memories.
Those videos are bad. You know it.
Nah, come on, man. There's some classics on here. I mean, Prom. That one was good. Prom was good.
Sure.
Be Alive Now, that inspirational thingy. That was fun. Why do I feel like there are more on here I liked? Look, I mean, what's that Ray Bradbury quote, right? You make something enough times, eventually one of them's got to be good.
Yeah, well, 0 for 52, man.
Okay, but maybe we're just not meant for a weekly vlog, I mean, we tried it, and we can watch them and see where we can improve.
Please don't.
No. Let's.
Got it. Think we're in frame? So, 2020 was a hard year, right? I mean, that's the cliche. It's trite at this point. I mean, there are many eloquent ways of putting it without sounding redundant and kind of what everyone else has said about it already. There's not many new ideas we can kind of provide on the year, I think, in many ways. On a macro scale, right? We all are in agreement that several not great things have happened. The coronavirus obviously being the biggie affecting everyone's life in some capacity, relative to if it's personally touched your life or if it has derailed certain plans or if you've lost a job because of it. In general, that has been the widest impact of our lives. But I mean, we also have things like the Black Lives Matter movement and the fact that the Impractical Jokers movie never got their full theatrical run, and that's a great tragedy of this year. On the broad scale of things, not great year. On a micro personal scale, there's been a couple achievements, luckily. I've been very fortunate that no one in my personal life has really been severely affected by the coronavirus. And everyone's kept their jobs, and I've been very fortunate with everything that's happened. School in general this semester, I was online in the spring, and then I was online in the fall, and I'll be continuing online into next spring because of the coronavirus. And it was relatively successful, though, however, even for the transition. Difficult at first, but, people are learning to adapt, and people are learning to deal with the conditions we've been granted. And this is going to be the nature of things for at least a little while longer. The coronavirus vaccine started being distributed throughout the United States, which, of course, is fantastic and astounding because hopefully that'll help us return to some level of normalcy. At the moment, I only know one person who has gotten the coronavirus vaccine, but hopefully as time goes on and the people who are allowed to get it expands, the field or whatever of that, will be able to kind of all get returned to some level of normalcy. I'm not sure what form that'll take or what time that'll take, but hopefully soon. I mean, I hope to be back in New York City by year's end. By this time next year, hopefully I'll be back in New York and figuring more stuff out as I go along, as we have been. Earlier in the year, before Corona, I went to Iowa to campaign for Andrew Yang when he was running for president of the U.S. I think I did it. And that experience was really unique. I mean, I got to meet a lot of people, and I got to learn a lot about kind of the inner workings of U.S. politics. And to be able to meet that many people and communicate with like-minded individuals that exist all throughout the country was really a special opportunity. And not only on the scale that I got to meet other people that supported the same candidate as me. I mean, I met people who supported other candidates as me, and there was nice cross-pollination of ideas. And I think that's, kind of like a petri dish of what America should be. It should be this cross-pollination of ideas. You know, we shouldn't only think one thing is right or one thing is wrong. And I think that's a big lesson everyone in the U.S. is learning this year, that there are kind of several ways to get back home. Just the nature in which you get there is all decided upon by yourself. I mean, we all want the same things. We want a better world for everyone, and we just all have different ideas on how we're going to get there. But that was a really special experience, and I made a video about it, and that was my highest viewed video ever. It got 10,000 views, and I remember it putting me in a very particular situation where then I had to make this decision. Well, do I continue making this political sort of content, or do I kind of pursue the thing I want to do, more of like a filmmaking style video? And a lot of friends and even family members were saying like, oh, you gotta chase this, you have to go with this. I mean, this did well and you want to parlay it. But I made that video because of the circumstance where I was, and because I like to make videos and movies about things. I mean, I don't want to become a political commentator. And that was a real challenge, though, and a distinct challenge, because it was a fair amount of attention, more attention than any of my videos in the past have garnered. So to have to make that decision, do I go pursue this path, or do I kind of do what I've been doing, it's kind of the first time I had to confront that. In a way, I mean, it's a very fortunate thing to have to deal with, basically. You have to make the decision if you want to pursue what you want to pursue, or if you want to go this other very viable route. And it's a very comfortable position to be in, to have to make that choice. And in some ways, I'm very fortunate that I had to make that choice. But I think I'm going to stick with what I've been doing. And that's what this show kind of is. Explorations, or whatever I'm going to call it. It's about experimenting with film media and different ways to tell stories, and try to just strengthen my abilities as a storyteller. Going about that in several different types of ways. And, just trying to express myself and my surroundings through this medium. Jeez, which one are we on, man?
I think week 17 was that random jelly bean video with Mike Dodona.
Good lord.
It's not so bad.
This is genuinely painful.
I mean, it was only 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Stop that.
What?
This whole fucking charade. This charade thing where you take yourself so seriously. I mean, it's alright sometimes, but jeez, man, give it a rest.
I'm not following.
You know how goofy you can be? I mean, come on, with all of this. Sometimes there's none of that. And I mean, what's the fun in that?
I started making these videos, and I got so particular about everything, you know?
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be that way.
These videos just make me feel like...
Like you're not as good as you think?
How do you know I was going to say that?
I'm you.
It's just, I'm not even friends with some of these people anymore, and that was only 2 years ago.
So? Not so, but I mean, it's happened, it's done, it's over. There's no point in wrapping yourself up in it.
I guess.
Come on. Week 18's next.
That one's bad.
Yeah, that one's bad.
just coming out with the heavy hitters.
Going heavy hitter quick.
Alright. I guess optimal me would be like 6'2". That's a big... Height is a big thing for me, because I've been short for years. I have been the shortest... Well, never the shortest, but like an inch above that.
So, probably be winter break. I would be my parents' house, visiting them for winter break. Ideally, I would know what I was majoring in, because that's stressing me out a little bit. I would have already registered for classes, because I'm doing that right now, and it is not fun. I would have some sort of job. I think in the best case scenario, I would have like a modeling job that actually pays a decent amount of money. But I could also have like a job that sort of makes money that I'm doing during school, but is also something that I'm interested in career-wise. So something to do with like writing and media, or like the modeling thing, although I'm less interested in that. I just think it would be fun. Or like comedy maybe.
A year from now, I would be packing to go to Panama to study abroad. I would go through this education program called SFS, and I would do like ecological resource research and like resource management, and learn about like Panama's culture.
Starting with Jake, because he's giggling. He's got something good.
It's just gonna be too...
No, you can't make it
Because
about...
I would actually like take this seriously. I can't be funny. I just see myself in college, like, living hopefully well.
It's not even funny anymore. If I said it like this, would have really...
Perfect. Yeah, definitely a strong internship, maybe with a fashion company in the city or outside the city. Doesn't matter. But yeah, just a good internship that I like, as maybe like an editor of a magazine or a journalist for a company that I write about certain fashion trends and other things going on in fashion.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go to Suffolk for much longer. Like, I'd rather go to like a different school away and then focus mostly on English, because I actually got into my school of choice, SUNY Purchase. I was accepted, I just couldn't afford it, and now I'm taking like a scholarship for Suffolk that like I kind of don't really want to do. It's like my dad entered into it and I won, and I can only get the money if I do like a 2 years here, and like, so I've been doing like a lot of classes, like 6 per semester, just trying to chuck through, do as few, like try and take the semesters just as fast as possible. It's not really fun, but it's something, it's work. And
A year from now, yeah, pretty much see myself in the same exact spot. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I mean, yeah, it'd probably be fun time, eventful along the way, but I'm still young, per se. I don't think I'm gonna have any significant changes to my life, that I won't be in the same exact spot a year from now.
Enlisting in the U.S. Air Force. Ideally, I want to be stationed somewhere in Europe. I want to have a solid group of friends. I want to kind of experience a completely new lifestyle.
Well, for one thing, I know I'm definitely not going to be a TikToker. Like, if I'm like a TikTok star,
Right.
remove me from society. I'm not kidding. Like, if that's where my life goes in the next year, if I even start to think about doing that shit.
Is there a possibility? Is there any
No.
pathway in your current life?
No, there shouldn't be. But if that pathway opens up, make sure you close it fast. Realistically, though, a year from now, only a year?
Yeah.
Was this like the
Coronavirus.
The coronavirus.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Natalie Pasquarello. Right now, these protests happening in the city over the death of George Floyd.
George Floyd's. Some people are videotaping.
They just threw something on fire, Chris, a firecracker.
Yep.
Something's on fire. Shit.
Nick, you all right?
Today, a member of the Electoral College, representing the certified winner, cast their...
I think this time during COVID, it's given me a time to reflect.
I think that it's definitely a lot lonelier.
I've been good. I mean, like, my life is pretty boring. I think, like, everyone's probably... Like, I don't do that much because, like, of quarantine and stuff.
You're looking good here, man. You're looking
Watch yourself. Was that a what happened? That sounded like a start of a what happened. A lot and a little. Hard to explain.
Crazy year.
Oh, what a crazy year we've had. Oy. What a crazy year it's been.
Let's dive
Yeah.
in this video.
Yeah, I want to see this interview. I don't remember what I look like.
The movie I just watched, because I just watched it this morning, it's so bad.
Really?
I don't know how they were like, yeah, this is a good idea.
Like,
we
who's
should
signed off on
make
it?
Luke Skywalker.
My hair, dude, is just my forehead, dude. Like, I understand, dude.
Dude.
But, like, I worked on it. I got the e-boy hair. My parents despise it. They think I look stupid. I think I look stupid, but I can't get a haircut.
Do what, like,
No, don't worry.
just like to make myself happy and do like what I want to do and not like listen to other people's opinions or take like I don't know, just put my own beliefs in what I want to do first.
What kind of stuff makes you happy?
The one thing I said about like my goal, like being like to make myself happy, like the cheesy part, I find that interesting because like I feel like I really did do that like in like a different way than expected. I don't know, like I just kind of hands off did what I wanted to do and kind of learned a lot more like stop smiling like learned a lot more just to like be myself and do what I want to do.
But overall, yeah, it's been pretty, I wouldn't say boring, because, I mean, there's been, like, things along the way that still make it exciting. I mean, there's days that you obviously sit around all day, sit in your house, and play Madden for 4 hours, but, which could be fun also. But there are things that still was pretty exciting this year, but overall, obviously not a crazy eventful year.
I feel like this year has been like, I feel like normally college is such a like escape from like thinking about real life. Like that's kind of its function in a lot of ways. But this year it's been a lot of me being like, why am I do this? I was such large amount of existential like questioning. I worked last semester at the call center, which is a very strange job. And I think if you want like to start a communist revolution, like a dictatorship of the proletariat, you should just have everyone work at a call center. It's like so demeaning.
The school calls?
Yeah, I mean like I was literally like sorry to bother you. Like I was like,
oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie. But it was like, hi, give Columbia money, and then I would make Columbia like multiple thousands of dollars in donations and get paid $50.
A lot lonelier. I hate the sound of the press because I'm sure a lot of other people are, but like, even though I'm not really like that active of a person, like I would still go outside and like talk to people and shit. Just been kind of lonely, and I really feel like a lot of it's mental because it's just I don't really have the drive to do things I enjoy. It's less of why bother and more of just like sometimes I just want to crawl into a ball and I don't know what to do. And I want to get my life, like I want to do stuff with my life, but I just don't have the motivation. I don't believe in myself.
So the episode is about let Bartlett be Bartlett, and his chief of staff is like, be true to yourself, push the agenda that you want to push. I'm condensing it. But this was supposed to end up being funny, but it didn't end up being funny. But I do like that episode. I think it's a good episode. So I'm going to watch that soon. Yeah, I did. To promise myself to be true to myself and to push my agenda.
Which is?
Like Bartlett. I don't know.
You don't have
I haven't set an agenda yet.
Are you going to set one?
Not really. I kind of just did.
Okay.
Is to be true to myself. I gave you the soundbite.
I think that's actually the problem, is that I genuinely don't have any sort of like, in terms of like career aspiration, no, because I don't really think I'm going to define success based on how well I do in my career. I'm not that committed to actually like rising to the top of the food chain in whatever I end up doing.
whether it be sports, journalism, broadcasting, or whatnot. I'm not that concerned. I mean, I'm concerned with, having enough money to get by, I guess, but I'm not that worried about like actually, being. I know what I'm in that field. I know what I'm good at. I guess I'm more concerned about expanding my horizons and not to give. I don't know why I'm giving a real answer now. Making differences, I guess, in other ways, or just becoming a GM of a baseball team, because that sounds cool as shit.
I don't think so. I don't think I'll change much in a year.
So, do you feel like you haven't changed much, or do you feel like you've changed a lot?
I feel like I've changed a lot.
That's why we do this.
Yeah, I feel like a different person.
In what ways?
I don't know. I feel like my life is at school right now, and that's like right for this age. I feel like that's appropriate. And the older I get, the more I always was like, oh, one day I'll live back here again. But the older I get, the more I'm like, I don't think I will.
Big change, getting sent back home after everything. But I kind of still have the same mentality. There's not much you can do about it. I mean, I can't go back and change anything, so I'm just moving forward with my life, Right. I just feel like the biggest change, I guess, now is from then and now is I have goals in my life, and I have further, I guess, found myself. I mean, a lot of self-identity and discovering who I am and who I really want to grow from.
I guess you were in a unique situation because like when Corona kind of hit, you had left like about a month earlier, right? What was your day? You left in like February, right? And then
I left January 21st, and then it wasn't until about a month or two in to when we started getting like our daily news, and it would be popping up like the coronavirus is, starting to pick up and everything. And then, I kind of
do they not tell you anything kind of for that span of time? Like when you're in boot camp or whatever, like do you not hear anything from like, so you had like really no,
I had
first thing you heard was coronavirus.
It was every day in Medhold, especially, we would get a news report, and it covered like the top 7 or 8 news topics, I guess, for the day or the past couple of days. And reading up on that was how I originally found out about the coronavirus.
I mean, I guess I'm more comfortable in like what I want to do now. I wasn't as comfortable back then. I would say back then, right now I'm obsessed over productivity. I feel like I always need to be productive, which I think is a disease in itself as much as it is laziness. Because I don't want to be lazy, but I feel bad if I sit down for a second and not. I don't know. People can relate to that, I think.
Yeah, I understand that. I feel that all the time.
Yeah, that's probably me right now. And I know why people would rather sit on the couch. It's so much easier, Like I feel the urge of just pulling me to the couch. It's like, but for some reason I don't know. Right now, it's not like it's easy to go and do what you want. I'm happier. I'm proud of myself. I would say that I'm more open with what I want to do with my life, but it doesn't mean it's easier. I don't think, it's still hard.
Just just looking at this video, it's like insane because like before everything happened, like I was thinking about like getting an internship and like in the city, and like this is before but like it was just just so insane to watch.
This was like December. This was like 3 months.
Yeah. So it was like I had a lot of things planned, and now it's after COVID, it's just like in disarray. Like I don't know. I mean, this year's been tough for everyone. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, a lot of negative things have happened in the world, especially with like the Black Lives Matter movement, and just I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's going down. And I think we just need to rebound in 2021. That's just the best possible option.
That last one wasn't so bad.
I feel like the last episode of any series is always at least okay.
It's just kind of interesting, we did that whole thing,
And we virtually hated it by the end. Hated it. And it took us all of that to realize. Yeah. I mean, that entire final video was literally just us saying we were doing it for the wrong reasons. We were. We were, weren't we? I mean, you're a senior in high school. There are a lot of external pressures, you know? It's hard. It's almost impossible to create for just yourself. Yeah. Look, that was an adventure, but it's getting late. You know what? I miss it. Making videos? Yeah, I mean, look at how much fun we had, you know? Yeah. What do you say? Should we give it a go? All right. Thanks for joining us on the first episode of Explorations. I'm glad you could join us. So the deal is, first Friday of every month, be a new video on this channel around 5 o'clock. So a lot of F's, easy to remember. First Friday at 5. Until next month, guys. Take care.